It's a cold and snowing evening of January when Michał Wendeker plays in Warsaw at Club. But inside, the atmosphere is hot, as the music is very good and can warm up people easily. I'm Filippo Maria Caggiani for paroledimusica.com and this is my music report of a great concert. How do you remember your first approach to music?
That's a long time ago. I was 8 and I joined a choir, and so singing was my first step into music. But then I started learning how to play piano quite early as well. So at age of 9, I guess. But then the accident happened and I broke my arm. So actually my arm is twisted a little bit. It's not that bad, but I couldn't play classical piano anymore. So I had to switch into another instrument. But this was like private teaching. I didn't join any kind of formal school. So I don't have formal musical education. So I started playing guitar, and so I play for about 15 years right now, even more. So that was the beginning of my journey with music. Moving forward to the times I started writing, it's a lot later. It's like I started writing my own songs when I was at college. So that was a long span, but I guess it took me this kind of hard work on my musical abilities, and then I added the inspiration I had to have to write my music, and here I am about 2 years after I started writing.
These first two EPs were self-produced basically, right?
Yes, the first one was completely self-produced. We just went to the studio. I gathered the guys and we just went into the studio and recorded it, and I supervised the whole process. And then the second EP was as well a live recording in the studio, although it was a radio studio. So this adds to some kind of outside institution that was involved, but still it was the whole experience was due to me to supervise and to produce it at later stages as well. I mean, mixing and mastering. But this time it's a little bit different process because although I do try to make it a whole in terms of my ideas into the CD, I do have an outside producer.
Your last EP is entitled Underdog, and this is also the title of one of the songs included in this album. So why this song represents somehow the whole album?
Mm, I really like the term underdog in English. It doesn't have a Polish counterpart, and it really is a powerful term that you can be someone that you wouldn't count on in some kind of race or fight, but an underdog is someone or something that has some added power to it, and that you cannot really see at the beginning, but it does have this kind of capacity to be the best, to win. And I really like the term, and I think the song is powerful as well in terms of composition. It begins quite softly, then it builds up, and the chorus is about the underdog, about a fight tap from the bottom and not being respected or well known at the beginning, but actually, coming to terms with everything that you have to do.
Also, the cover of the album is very nice. This picture of the dog, it's
Yes,
amazing.
it's actually another underdog. I would say. I mean, it depicts the idea quite perfectly, because the dogs from the cover of the album are from a refugee for homeless animals from Lublin, and it was such an amazing session as well, because my friend Krzysztof Verema did the photo. We went to the place, and we spent like 2 hours to get the photo right, because it was amazingly hot. It was I think it was in June. Anyway, it was amazingly hot, and the dog, it's a pit bull. It's a mixture of pit bull and or Amstaff actually, with some other genre of the dog, or maybe not species. I don't know. It's a mixture. Yeah. It's not a pure Amstaff, but it has a really long tongue, and as it was extremely hot, it was all the time like this. So we really wanted it to close close its mouth, but it took like 2 hours to get the photo right, and it was just because it was like doing something like, and this is just how the photo was taken. This was the last photo we took after 2 hours of struggling. Wow. And these dogs are really, really strong. So I had the job to keep it, at bay. It was very friendly. It looks quite dangerous. It's a huge dog, and this race has a negative opinion in some people, and it's a very friendly doggy, and. Well, it was some effort to get this guy to put the face as we wanted it, but we managed to. And closing this whole speech about the cover, I think it depicts right what it is to be an underdog, because he is all alone right there with some other homeless dogs. Nobody counts on him, but as you can see in his eyes, it has some amazing power in himself, and I'm really satisfied with what we accomplished with the cover.
You choose the formula of the trio. Why not a bigger group? What do you like of the trio?
I like to keep things simple, and I think in the genre of blues and rock, it's perfectly full, the whole experience. If we play only only with a bass player and a drummer, and I think the music even is richer because of that simplicity, that we don't get distracted by additional forces, by additional instruments. And although I do love to play in smaller sets, and it really pushes you to be creative and to use the resources you have, limited resources of just 3 people on stage, to provide a complete experience. But I think it's always for the best, and it really puts every bit of the composition to the front. Like if any of us makes a mistake, it's very easy to notice. Yes. So well, that's the hard part. But apart from that, I really like to keep things simple. Although right now I am recording my next CD, and it's going to move from that live set to a richer composition with some electronic parts and all the things, well, basically all the things I have in my head that couldn't be applied to a live performance. But still, I like to keep it simple and to be able to translate those compositions into live set with only 3 people. As for now, I really think it's best to play in a smaller band. When I'm ready to take it further, to add some more additions to the musical team on the stage, I will feel it. I guess that's how it goes. As for now, I think it's perfect. I hope you find it okay as well.
Yeah, it was very powerful. Yeah.